that. We only recruited 15 or 16 people our first month. If we'd have had more models, we'd have had them out, but we couldn't afford them. So I know Megan just went crazy her first month, and I had no idea how much product she bought and got out in that first 30 to 45 days. But they had that explosion that created their business. So, people want to know, how do you get people from the 250 to the bigger pack? Okay? How you do this is when people say, how many people, when you're talking to them, they go, okay, how much does it cost to get started? Everybody, I assume. So what you want to do is just tell them this big pack. It's a couple $1,000s to get started. Okay, what's going to happen? They're either going to go, okay, or when you see that little look or that little pause, you can just follow right back up and go, well, if I was talking to Megan, well, Megan, this, the big pack may not be for you. Maybe you need to start with one of the smaller packs, maybe like the $500 pack. Now, if she's a go-getter like she would be, I know she would be, I want the big pack. That would be her. But for some people, that's like, whew, it's only $500. That's better than the 250 pack. You just doubled your business by learning how to phrase it to begin with. When they ask, how much is it? A couple $1,000s. You may not want to start with that big a pack. Maybe it might be better if you start with the smaller pack. They will let you know if they want the bigger pack. But at least you've got them started somewhere where they've got a chance to really build a business. I don't think a 250 pack for most people, unless they're really planning on staying in the business a long time or planning on upgrading fairly quickly, that, to me, business-wise, that's just not smart for them. So again, we go over this. A lot of people don't understand how important fast start qualifying is. It's really important because it sets the tone for your business. If your first 30 days is your first 30-day story. You will tell that story from now on. People say, well, how are you doing? Well, my first 30 days, I didn't do anything. My second 30 days, I didn't do anything. Really haven't done anything yet, but you should get in. That's not a real good story. You want to get out of the gate. You want to contact everybody you know as quickly as you can and build that 30-day story, because that's going to stay. Our story is our story of our first 30 days, our first 60 days. If we sit up here and say, it's great business, but we didn't do anything the first 6 months, our whole group would have waited 6 months to do something. We started out of the gate fast. We taught people how to get out of the gate fast. Back then, everybody fast started. Everybody was winning iPads. I don't know how many Lexus earners we had in the first 45 days. It's crazy. Because we set that fast pace and everybody followed. Well, what happens is people that fast start in an area, company-wide, just so you know, is probably 8 to 10%. Jeff is not happy about an 8 or 10% fast start. He thinks everybody should fast start. We understand not everybody will, but that's our goal, is to help everybody fast start. So you have to understand, to do that, you've got to set a pace yourself. So if you were one of those people that maybe didn't get a fast start, you can always start a 30-day story. You could be in this for 6 months and haven't done much. Your 30-day fast start can start today. You do the next 30 days. You can tell people, I didn't do much the first 6 months. Life got in the way. I didn't do much, but when I started my 30-day run, this is what happened. So you can recreate a 30-day story. If it's not what you want it to be, you just recreate a new one.
And I just want to reinforce that. As many of you know, Mark Remus, and he was a very timid guy. He was a carpet cleaner. He attended every single meeting. He didn't win his iPad. He didn't get his Lexus right off.
Didn't get anything.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything for the first 90 days, but he went to every single meeting. to learn, and he was determined not to quit. And now he's one of the top earners in Nerium because he finally got out there and started talking to people. And he's an amazing, he's had amazing accomplishments by learning. And so each of you have that opportunity, like Don says, whether you did fast start in your first 30 days or not. Once you decide, you can do it. And you could be at the top of the company as well.
Yeah, he's only making about $45,000 a month now. Poor little Mark, don't you feel sorry for him? And he was a carpet cleaner, and he just got a condo in Fort Lauderdale. He's got he moved from California to Fort Lauderdale for tax reasons. He can pay for that condo with what he's saving just in his taxes by moving to Florida. So he calls right at the day or two after he got this condo. He can see the ocean on one side, Fort Lauderdale on the other. He's on the 16th floor, I think, in total heaven. And he said, I just can't believe this is happening. And he's 60, probably close to 63, and life's totally changed. He thought he was going to have to live on Social Security 4 years ago. Of course, help your 3 people do what you just did, you get the iPad. Help those 3 people do the same thing, you're going to earn the Lexus. And it's that's what gets it going. The 3 by 3 by 3 to 10 generations is huge. How many people know how many people that would be in your group if you did the 3 by 3 for 10 generations? Yeah, 88,000 people in those 3 lines. Well, guess what? Once you you can go as wide as you want. We suggest that you don't. But until you get thousands and thousands and thousands of people, then you could start another 3 by 3. Fill that puppy out. And that's what's going to happen as this grows. These new products help fill out that tree. People that maybe joined and didn't do much, they get a product that they really get excited about, they start up again. So it's 80-some thousand people. That's pretty big. Once you hit senior director, go ahead.
Once you hit senior director, you have the amazing opportunity to be on that senior director call with David Bird. And once you're an NMD, you have the opportunity for a one-on-one weekly or monthly call with him to help establish the way that you do your business and your calendar and the way you set appointments and to keep you on track. So this is amazing. Our company spends hundreds of thousands of dollars to provide this for us so that we can all, again, become better people. And this is always an amazing monthly call that he offers for senior directors and above.
So the roadmap to National Marketing Director is the same thing. You just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. This is what the structure will kind of look like when you hit National Marketing Director. You're going to have, how many people know? How many senior directors do you need in your business to hit National Marketing Director? Anybody? 5 in a leg. Probably about 15 people on your team driving a Lexus throughout the 3 legs here at National Marketing Director. So when you bring somebody on, that's who you're looking for, are people that would like to drive a free car. Because if you can find a few of those that find a few of those and you end up with 12 or 15 senior directors, you're National Marketing Director. Don't overcomplicate it. It's a fun thing to do. When we post pictures or have people post pictures, I don't know how many hundreds of people are in our group now that have a Lexus. That's pretty cool, guys. That's your second largest investment, and let Nerium pay for that.
And I love the fact that Jeff Olson has brought that to the first leadership level as a senior director, that each one of you as a senior director can drive a brand new free Lexus instead of leaving it for those top people, so many more people are impressing their friends and family by driving thousands and thousands of Lexuses in this company.
Like 10,000 plus.
10 core commitments. You guys, this should be what you follow every single day, or at least making the effort to do this. These are the 10 simple steps that will help you build your business as strong as you want it. And if you keep this 10 core in front of you, we're not going to go through each one of those 10. You should have that on your desk, in front of you, in your planner, on your calendar, on your dashboard, anywhere that you can, to see that 10 core commitment and be reminded of the simple things it takes to build this business. And be here a year from now. We tell people, what we've told people from the beginning is, if you look at this as an education, you're not having to go to the university and spend $50,000 this next year to learn something, but you do need to learn this business. It's different than anything else you've experienced, especially if you have not been in this industry. But we offer the most amazing roadmap to success, but it's a learning process. So we talk to people like it's an education, and you would commit to an education. Well, guess what? You need to commit to at least a year or 2 or 3 or 5 years to your Nerium business to learn what it's all about. So what if it takes you 5 years to get to National Marketing Director to make $10,000 and beyond a month? Would that be worth it? Because otherwise you're going to be right where you are today in 5 years. So look at it as an education. Look at it committing to that and learning like you were going to school, and encourage your teams to do that and stay with it, because it will pay off. Jeff Olson talks about all of us right now being the ground floor of Nerium. You guys, we've just started. Don and I learned many years ago that any company that you can become a part of within 2 to 5 years of their initial launch, you are in the prime spot to make lots and lots and lots of money. Just follow the system and don't ever quit, and you'll be there. You're part of the foundation.
So understand that 90% of winning is just showing up. You know, a year from now, show up. A year from then, show up. You will be 90% of the people that come into this company because you show up. And making any decision on anything is just making a decision. You know, you can make a decision to talk to 2 people a day, or 5 people a day, or no people a day. If you don't, that's kind of you've made a decision by not making a decision. So you've got to make these little, small decisions that take you up this way, or you don't make any decisions, which is not making a decision. Like if you haven't written your goals down, that's a conscious effort that you've made. I mean, you've had that conversation with yourself. Well, I know I should probably figure out why I want to do this business. And if you haven't written it down, you've made that other decision. So it's hard for you to know what to do every day if you don't know what you're going to do every day. And you'll always take the easy route, which is not do anything. So that's why a lot of people don't like writing their goals down, because it's kind of a commitment to themselves to do that. So you've got to do it, guys. You've got to start doing these little things every day. That whole book, our whole company, everything is built around the slide edge.
And as David Bird says, if you write it down, you're more likely to do it. And if you plan the day before the day begins, sit down 5-10 minutes the night before and plan out your day and write out, I'm going to make 2 contacts today. And you're more likely to do that. So again, follow the system.
Go ahead, come on up, Lance. You want to introduce somebody?